Good morning, everybody. I hope you're well. Welcome to class. We're going to do a 30-minute energizing flow, which is going to help to energize the body, but it's also going to be really calming. So day or night, but it's particularly nice for the morning, this one. So we're going to start laying down. So make your way onto your backs. And then bring the soles of your feet together. And then roll down the spine, bring the arms out, bring the palms so they're facing up towards the sky. Release the shoulders, have a little wiggle down. Take a nice deep breath into the body. Just feeling the breath for a moment, just starting to settle. Just focusing on the flow of the breath. Just noticing as each breath gets a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. And as you just focusing on the rolling waves of the breath over the body. Allow it to soothe you, to calm you. And gently bringing your awareness into your physical body. Let's really identify those areas where we're holding a bit of tension. Give the fingers a little bit of a release and then let them relax again. And if this is a little bit uncomfortable in the thighs, you can take your feet out a little bit further away from you. Or if it's really uncomfortable, bring the knees up. Wherever you are. Just remembering that this is your practice. And if you're feeling uncomfortable or feeling any pain, then it's okay to back out and just take a break. And we'll take another big inhale. I'm going to reach out behind us with the arms, stretching through to the fingers, into the rib cage. Good stretch. And then we're going to bring the knees up, press the feet into the earth, and then extend each leg one at a time, drawing out to its full length. And then point the toes, wiggle out the feet, full body stretch. Relax the shoulders. Just really working out where the tension, any knots are. And if you're harbouring any injuries, just to be very mindful in your practice. Okay, big inhale. Now let's bring the arms down, hug the knees into the chest, have a little rock from side to side. You could have your eyes closed or open here, it's up to you. I like to have my eyes closed because it makes me draw that little bit deeper inwards. I'm a lot more aware of what's going in or going on with the body. Okay, let's bring the feet back down to the floor. We're going to press the right sole of the foot into the floor as we bring the left knee in, holding the knee into the chest. And then inhaling as we extend the leg up towards the sky, interlace the hands around the back of the thigh. And start to draw the thigh in towards the body without bending at the knee. And remember, we're pushing up through the heel, so curling the toes down towards the face. Just really starting to open up the back of the leg, around the knees. And then just going to gently bring the knee back in. I'm going to just take the left hand onto the inner thigh or inner calf and just push the thigh open into a half frog pose. And then we're going to inhale again, bring that knee back up. This time I'm going to take the knee out to the side, bring the ankle over the thigh. And then we're going to come into a figure four. So bring the right foot up, thread the hands through, and then gently start to draw the thigh in Just working out how it feels before we go too deep. So be very mindful about how we move, not just going in straight away. And you can just move in using that breath a little bit deeper. Use that left elbow now to push out the thigh. You can go ahead and extend the leg up towards the sky, pushing out through the heel, toes curling down towards the face. Big, strong breaths, breathing deep and full into the belly. And I'm going to release that back down. And bring both soles of the feet down to the floor. Just relax into the back and the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the right knee in. Interlace the hands around the thigh. Squeeze that in for a moment. Feel the breath in the body. So a nice pose for digestion, this one. If we pull it in really tight and breathe really deeply, start to really activate the digestive system. Starts to calm the digestive system, sorry. Okay, and extending that leg towards the sky, pushing up through the heel, curling the toes down towards the face, and start to draw that leg in. And keep an eye on the shoulders, make sure they don't start to hunch up. We want to keep them relaxing down into the earth beneath you. And really grounding down through that left foot as well. So we're feeling really grounded, supported, rooting down. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the knee back into the chest, take the right hand to the side, and then draw the knee out. So finding that half frog pose on the right hand side. You could keep your hand on your belly, top of your hip, your ACIS, to keep you anchored. Or maybe bring the arm out. Remember, you can modify to make it how you want it to be, how it feels right for you. Inhaling now as that leg comes back up. Rotate the knee out, take the ankle across the top of the left thigh. Just settle into this for a moment, and then picking up the left foot, thread your hands around the back of the thigh. And again, just easing into it gently. Each breath maybe pulling in that little bit deeper. And then you can start to use that right elbow to prise the right hip open a little bit. And extend the leg up towards the sky. Push up through the heel, curl the toes down. Breathe. Just letting any tension drain away from the body. Imagine it draining out through the back into the earth and flowing away. As you breathe, you're breathing in new fresh energy, fresh positivity, fresh possibilities. Just finding what you're open to today. Good, just release that down, bring both feet down to the floor. And bring both knees into the chest. Little rock from side to side. And we're going to take our hands to the backs of the knees and we'll rock and roll the length. And just ease up, each one getting a little bit deeper, massage out the spine. And then coming all the way up to seated, coming into a cross-legged position. Okay, so sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders out, take a nice big inhale. As you root down through the tailbone, lift a little bit taller through the crown of the head. You can gently open the eyes now if you've had them closed. Take a big inhale and bring the arms up, gazing up towards the hands as the palms connect. Exhale through to your heart center. And then again, big inhale, feel that breath filling the lungs. Reaching up tall, exhale. Interlace the fingers when you get to the center and then pushing out. Pausing here for a moment. Just simply stretching out the shoulders, pushing out with the interlaced palms or interlaced fingers. Keep rooting down through the tailbone, keep the spine long, keep the breath deep. And then we're going to go ahead all the way to the top now. And then as we exhale, start to release the fingers and give the hands some rotation as you bring your hands all the way down to your heart center. Good. We're going to go again, but this time I want you to interlace the fingers the awkward way, so the non-habitual way. And then again, pushing out, holding, breathing, as if you're trying to push your hands to the other side of the room. Keep rooting down, just feel this opening up between the shoulder blades. And then going ahead all the way to the top. And as you release, we're going to rotate the hands in the opposite direction. All the way back through. This time I'm going to bring our hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. And then just settle for a moment, root down through the tailbone, let everything soften. But keep the energy travelling up through the spine. Think about keeping a nice long root from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. So all the energy channels are free. Good, and then exhale, we take the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chin towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, chin back down into the chest. While we're here, we're going to roll the chin to the right shoulder, so rolling up. And then rolling down, take it to the left. Let the head drop down, coming all the way up to the right. And exhaling all the way to the left. And let's return to center, head down, chin tucking in, drawing the knuckles deeper down towards the earth. Okay, and then as you inhale, we're going to start to release the fingers, come all the way up to the top, palms connecting, and exhaling into your heart space. Okay, let's start to build a bit of energy. We're going to work our way onto our hands and knees. So come into a tabletop. And just check how your knees are feeling as well. If you've got any knee issues, pad out the knee, whatever it takes. A mouse mat is quite good actually, especially the ones that are jelly filled. Okay, so nice energetic back, pushing up through the arms into the shoulder blades, knees directly underneath the hips, feet tracking back in line with the legs. Take a big inhale as we roll the tailbone up, lift the heart to cow. Exhale, cat stretch, pull the belly in, push up into the upper back. Inhale, drop the belly down as the tailbone curls up and the heart lifts. Exhaling as you pull the belly, almost like you're sucking up towards the sky, and the tailbone drops under and the head drops down. Inhaling. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling back through to your cow. Big exhale now to release down to that cat, pushing energetically through the arms to our final cow stretch. And our final cat. Inhaling, neutral spine. Tuck the toes, lift the knees about 2 inches off the floor. Just rock backwards and forwards and just stretch the wrists and the toes out. If this is too much for you already, then start to make your way into downward facing dog. If not, stay for another breath. And then lift the hips up, drawing the belly towards the thighs. Start to push the hands into the mat, straightening out the spine, dropping the heels back towards the earth. And let's have a nice pedal out here. Maybe close your eyes for a moment, listen to your body. I mean, deeply, deeply listen. Just really work out those deeper little aches and things that are lurking under the surface that we don't always pay attention to with our busy minds. They get ignored. Okay, finding stillness in your downward facing dog, and taking a nice big inhale and come up onto the tiptoes, float forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale now to send the heels back to your down dog. And then big inhale as you round up through the spine. Nice arch here, and then exhaling as you take it back. One more, inhaling as we come up onto the tiptoes, Let's hold the shoulders over the wrists here, holding for a breath. Good, and then as we exhale, we're going to come back down. And then inhaling, we're going to push forward once more, but we're going to bend the knees, take them down towards the earth, and then drop back through the hips. Almost like we're drawing a big circle with our hips, like a big engine wheel here. These are called Shakti waves, and they're really brilliant at getting energy into the body. And returning to downward facing dog. Look towards the hands, little gentle baby steps. Coming into a ragdoll with the knees bent. Let's give the wrists a little shake out here. Take hold of the elbows, let the head drop down. Just noticing where you are here for a moment. You may need to bend the knees a lot more. You can rest the belly on the thighs. A little sway from side to side. Give the head a little shake out, yes and no. And let the hands drop down. So the backs of the hands are just resting over the tops of the feet. Just staying here, elbows out east to west, left to right. You could start to straighten up the legs if you need to. And then we're going to bend a bit more into the knees now as we start to come up to standing. Start to drop the hips down a little as you push down through the feet, engaging the glutes as you roll up. Almost like drawing a zipper up the body and then reaching up. Palms connect. Exhaling, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to lips, thumbs to heart. Relax the shoulders. Let's come into our mountain pose at the top of the mat. So settle through the feet here. We want to make sure we're spreading that weight evenly over four corners of the soles of the feet. Roll the shoulders out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice big inhale as we reach up towards the sky. Maybe a little bit of a back bend if that feels available. Then softening into the knees as we start to curl down, coming back down through to your forward fold. And then inhaling to a half lift. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Exhale down to the knees, flip the feet, and then coming all the way down for a little baby cobra. Exhale, release, tuck the toes and pushing back through into your downward facing dog. Settle here for 3 breaths. Big inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. Inhaling, looking towards the top of the mat. Little baby steps, keeping the back safe as we walk up. Coming back through to the forward fold, softening into the knees and coming all the way up to standing. Bring your hands back through to your heart center. Sun salutation A. So going to do one more round of that. So hands in your heart center, root down through the feet. Check your alignment. Inhaling as we reach up towards the sky. Exhale, soft knees, rolling down the body, coming back to forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, release the knees, flip the feet. Releasing all the way down. Roll the shoulders back as you lift up into a slightly stronger cobra. Remember to use the glutes here as well to help support the lower back. Exhale, come down. Inhale back through to the knees, tucking the toes off. Lifting back up into downward facing dog and breathing. Letting each inhale draw in fresh energy, positivity. And every exhale is just letting go of any tension, anything we don't need to hold on to. Looking towards the top of the mat as we rock all the way back, coming back to that forward fold and then coming all the way back up to standing. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Okay. So I'm going to do a classic sun salutation. So hands to your heart center. Take a nice big inhale, opening up. Palms connect. Exhale to swan dive down, head to shins. Inhaling to a half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, right foot comes back. Wiggle the toes back as far as you can. And then we're going to bring the left knee down, right knee down. Remember to pad out if you need to. Take a nice big inhale as you come all the way up to a crescent lunge. As you exhale, sink the hips down, making sure they're nice and square to the top of the mat. So you might be wanting to pull this left hip back a little bit. Good. Lifting up tall. Maybe coming back into a little bit of a back bend. Big inhale. Exhale, sink it down a little bit more. Good, just being. And as you exhale, we're going to draw our palms back into Anjali Mudra and release back down to the floor. Tuck the toes. Coming back into that low lunge as you step back to plank. And you can take a full vinyasa, chaturanga, or knees down cobra. I'm going to stick with knees down cobra for now. Coming all the way down. And from whatever you chose, I'm going to meet back in downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep breath here. On your next inhale, the right leg lifts, coming into a split dog. Bend into the knee, float forward. Step the foot through and release the left knee to the floor. Release the top of the foot. And then inhaling up, crescent moon. You don't have to have the palms connected. You could have an open arch here. If you're tight in the shoulders, remember you can bring your hands down into cactus, or even just keep your hands in your heart center. So it's really up to you here. Okay, nice big inhale, reach more space in the back, and then exhale, lunging down a little deeper, pushing in, tuck that tailbone under. Inhale, reach up for more space, and if you want, you can take that little back bend if that feels available to you. Good. Exhaling through to heart center, release the hands down to the floor, tuck the toes, step back to plank, take another little vinyasa here, knees down cobra or chaturanga. Knees come down. Good. And then we're going to move back in downward facing dog. I'm being quite tentative at the top of the mat there because I'm going very close to the wall. I'm going to just ease my way back a little. Okay, breathing deep. And then looking towards the top of the mat, and then we can step through. Coming all the way back up to standing from your forward fold. Good. Exhaling, hands to your heart center. Good. We'll do the other side now. So when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhaling to a half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. This time the left foot is coming back first. Wiggle the toes back a little. Bring the knees down. Making your way up into your crescent moon. I'm keeping my hands open for this one. Remember, you can make any variations where you need to. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the hips square to the top of the mat. Using the glutes here. Keep sinking it down. If you want to take a back bend, make sure you've got lots of space in the back. Don't crunch into the lower back. It's just the top of the back coming down. Good. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Little vinyasa. I'm going to go for the chaturanga now. Wherever you are, meeting back in downward facing dog for a breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Next inhale, left leg raises, split dog. Then bending into the knee as you float forward, step the foot through the hands and bring the right knee down. Make sure you're squaring off to the top of the mat as you come up. Just settle and exhaling as you let the hips drop down. So we're very much pushing forward with this knee, tracking over the foot. Make sure you're not collapsing in or rolling out. Keep a nice straight line. Breathing deep. on the breath. Exhaling, hands come down, tuck the toes. Step back to plank. Your choice of vinyasa. Remember, if you're doing chaturanga, to be very mindful of the shoulders. Taking mine quite tentatively. I'm quite stiff at the moment. And then settling back into your downward facing dog. Breathing here, nice big inhale. And if your mind wanders, just gently draw it back to the breath. It happens to everybody, so be patient with yourself. The more you keep bringing yourself back to your breath, the more it will become a natural habit for you. Okay, look towards the top of the mat. Stepping through or walking back, or maybe you want to start jumping through, and then going to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands through to your heart center. Taking a moment just to settle, give the shoulders a nice little roll out. Okay, so we're going to come back to a low lunge. So nice big inhale as we reach up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, head towards the shins. Inhaling to a half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, and we're going to take the right foot back, wiggle the toes back. And we're going to keep the knee up for now. Make sure the hands are pressing evenly into the earth. And just keep pushing back through that heel and sending the heart forwards. We've got this really long dynamic stretch through the whole of the body. You should feel this in the inner thighs, front of the thigh. Good. And then press the right hand down. I'm going to take a nice big inhale as we reach up with the left fingers. As we exhale, drop the fingers down towards the back of the mat, holding here, a little twist. And then inhale, the arm comes back up, bring the hand back down, bring the knee down to the earth and release the top of the foot. I'm going to press into the right hand, and then we're going to take a little bit of a twist to the left, but take the hand onto the left thigh. Just giving it a little push out, start to feel that in the hip. You can open this up, you could toe heel the foot out a little bit wider. You could even take your hand out a little bit wider and feel this opening up into the hip as you start to twist. Maybe you can pad out the knee if this is a little bit much for your knee. And then inhaling as you bring that back up. Toe heel the foot back in, bring the hand back in. Tuck the toes, and then we're going to release the foot down into a warrior one position. So we need to step it up a little bit, drop the heel back, open up the stance, and come all the way up into your warrior one. And from here, we're going to take a nice big inhale as we reach up a little bit taller. As we exhale, we're going to reach forward. And I'm going to move back a little bit because I can't reach forward. So coming up and then shift that weight into the left leg. Good. And then inhale as you come all the way back up. And then as we exhale, we're going to come all the way and take it through to your moving warrior. So inhale, coming back up. Exhale. Doing this one slowly so you can see where the arms are. So the head is between the arms and then the arms drop down to hip. And then inhale when the inner arms get level with the ears, then pushing up. Good. Exhaling. Inhaling. Take this as fast or as slow as you want. You don't have to work with my breath, work with your own breath. So just going to do a few more rounds. Get the heart beating faster. That blood circulating. I find it very difficult on this soft carpet. Last one. And then remaining in your warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, step back to plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. Your knees down, cobra. And come back to downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, see if you can take it that little bit further. So Push the hands into the mat as if you're trying to push the mat away. Feel that push into the shoulders, the back, the hip. From your downward facing dog, I'm gonna lift the right leg up, split dog, bend into the knee, start to float forward, step the foot through. And then pressing the left hand into the earth. I'm going to take that rotation to the right. So feeling that stretch, breathing deep. And then as you exhale, you can drop that hand back down towards the back of the mat. Pushing out through that heel. And then as you inhale, we're going to bring that arm all the way back up. And we can release the knee down, release the top of the foot, and start to press into the right side of the thigh. Excuse me having my back to you for a moment. And then we can take that foot out a little bit wider, maybe step the hand out a little bit, drop down into the hips. Just really feel what is right for you. Where do you need that stretch? Just rolling around till you find that sweet spot. Good. I'm going to take that back in, bring the foot back in. I'm going to tuck the toe again. Push back through the heel, and we'll adjust our stance here for our warrior 3. So, warrior 3? Warrior 1. Okay. So once you're there, making your way all the way up, bring the hands up, palms connect, holding warrior. Palms can be open. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, reach forward, feel that weight shift into that front leg. Make sure that knee is tracking over the foot as well. And then inhale, coming up. And then exhale, take it down. Moving warrior. So just find your own breath here, your own pace. It's just as lovely if you do it really slow and considered. And then you can do it really fast if you really want to get the body energized and moving. Just releasing any tension. And then let's make this our last round now. And we'll meet back up at the top in our warrior 1. Breathe deep here. Exhaling, hands come back down, step back to plank. Take a vinyasa here, so either knees down cobra or full chaturanga. And then take the hips all the way back up into your downward facing dog. Let's start to settle here, just zoning into the body, the breath. Allowing everything to settle. And then pressing the hands firmly into the mat. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend into the knees and start to draw the knees down, release the toes. And we're going to settle back into a child's pose. So we could turn the elbows out left to right, east to west, rest the forehead on the stacked palms. Maybe the knees are together or maybe the knees are wide. Whatever's comfortable for you here. Just letting everything settle. And then gently lift the gaze, come back up onto the hands. Make your way onto your seat. We're going to come over onto our backs. Bring the knees in. A little rock from side to side. Massaging out the back. Take the feet down to the floor. And palms facing up. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently let the knees drop down to the right. Turn to look to the left. And relax the shoulders. Inhaling, knees come up. Exhaling, knees drop to the left. Looking over the right shoulder. Just lifting the shoulders and releasing them back down. And then bringing the knees all the way back up. And if you want to stay here a bit longer, you could stretch the legs out. Use whatever you have to make yourself comfortable and come into a little Shavasana. If that's given you a little burst of energy to start your day, then you can bring yourself up to seated. And bring your hands into your heart center. Relax. Maybe set yourself a little intention here for your day to hold on to the feelings that you have right now. This feeling of calm, of energy and positivity. Namaste.